Guilty of a gruesome double murder, the man who killed the couple who had befriended him.
Under arrest on suspicion of murder.
Justin Mosquera slaughtered and dismembered civil partners Albert Alfonso and Paul Longworth, filming the violence and cramming their bodies into suitcases. For police and jury, the details were deeply disturbing.
It's certainly up there as one of the most traumatic and shocking murders I've ever dealt with. I think the fact that it was committed during such an intimate moment and the fact that it was filmed so close up, it was a really harrowing watch.
Well, the so-called suitcase killer planned to dump the bodies off Bristol Suspension Bridge but was thwarted by a passerby. He'll be sentenced later, also tonight. Accused drip-feeding aid and reaching new depths, Britain joins a host of countries condemning Israel for the escalating suffering in Gaza. Pulling the plug on Ofwat, how the government's scrapping the discredited water regulator after a damning new report. At 7, how our armed forces veterans may be suffering from devastating brain injuries which are going undiagnosed. We have a special report. And a piece of World Cup history England fans might prefer to forget, why it's soon coming up for sale.
This is the ITV Evening News with Mary Nightingale.
Good evening. A man who dismembered a devoted couple he'd been staying with and then dumped their bodies by the Clifton Suspension Bridge has been found guilty of their murders. The partial remains of civil partners Albert Alfonso, who was 62, and 71-year-old Paul Longworth were found in suitcases near the Bristol landmark last July. Well, there is plenty more to come on the ITV News, including why some black women are facing barriers in maternity care. The England manager's sadness that the Lionesses are having to address racism ahead of tomorrow's Euros semi-final. And at 7, why traumatic brain injury can be so difficult to diagnose. In our special investigation, we're with a soldier who saw 29 doctors before finding out he had it. All of that and more after a short break. Hope to see you then. Hello and welcome back. Half of all black women in the UK who raised concerns during Labour did not receive suitable help, a new study has found. The Black Maternity Experiences Report is the largest review of its kind and found that most women felt their concerns, such as adequate pain relief, were not met. But in the meantime, you are watching the ITV Evening News. It's a little bit after 7 o'clock, and here's what's still ahead. An update on the England legend Paul Gascoigne's condition. He's been in hospital. The unlicensed driver who took laughing gas behind the wheel and killed a pensioner. Getting your hands on a piece of football history. Some of the sport's most iconic items are coming up for auction.
And we've avoided the thunderstorms here in Bradford today, but there's a warning in place for many areas until 9 o'clock this evening. I'll have the full UK weather forecast later on in the programme. But first, we have a special report on how our armed forces veterans may be suffering with physical brain damage which has not been diagnosed. A leading neurologist has told ITV News he's seeing a pattern of traumatic brain injury symptoms among former soldiers and says it's time someone took what he called ownership of the issue. Coming up before Emmerdale, what would you pay for this? The shirt Peter Shilton wore during Maradona's unforgettable Hand of God goal.
And with the school holidays starting in places, it's been an unsettled beginning to the week weather-wise. But hopefully there's some better news ahead. I'll have all the details next.
Fingers crossed. Join me and Joe for all the weather after the break. And again, welcome back. Time for the weather now. And Joe is in Bradford for us tonight. So, Joe, some weather warnings are ahead. And that is all from us for now. Gamal's here with the latest at 10, but from me and all the evening team. Bye-bye.
Keep up with ITV as England face Italy in the UEFA Women's Euro 2025 semi-final live from 7 tomorrow on ITV1.